So I was scrolling through LinkedIn the other day, and I saw a post from someone who I really like, a very good friend of mine. I haven't known him all that long, but I immediately just liked the post because it was from him. The reason I'm saying that is because I subsequently stopped myself and I went, didn't even read the post, you just liked it. Why did you do that? You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to read the post and like it based on its content. And then that got me thinking, why did I do that? Then I remember some really interesting information I read in a book called Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. Excellent book, and if you haven't read it, you have to read it. So I want to read you a section of this book. It's really, really interesting. It's all about physicians and doctors that get sued. Believe it or not, the risk of being sued for malpractice has very little to do with how many mistakes a doctor makes. Analyses of malpractice lawsuits show that there are highly skilled doctors who get sued a lot and doctors who make lots of mistakes and yet they never get sued. At the same time, the overwhelming number of people who suffer an injury due to the negligence of a doctor never file a malpractice suit at all. In other words, patients don't file lawsuits because they've been harmed by shoddy medical care. Patients file lawsuits because they've been harmed by shoddy medical care and something else happens to them. What is that something else? It's how they were treated on a personal level by their doctor. What comes up again and again in malpractice cases is that patients say they were rushed or ignored or treated poorly. People just don't sue doctors they like, is how Alice Birkin, a leading medical malpractice lawyer, puts it. In all the years I've been in this business, I've never had a potential client walk in and say, I really like this doctor and I feel terrible about doing it, but I want to sue him. If you like that person, you're going to want to support them. And this is human nature. And I think all of the videos I've put up on my LinkedIn account are a testament to that, from books like How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's what it's all about. Those posts are all about how do you behave such that people like you, and that's a good thing. This is not manipulation, this is just natural. If people like one another, they resonate, they get on, we feel good, and good things happen. So I think this is fascinating. You know, we deal with each other like we're dealing with processes and computer programs, but we're actually, even the biggest of businesses is comprised of human beings. We mustn't forget that we're dealing with each other, and we have to be understanding and empathetic with each other. Is it a bias? Is it a natural principle? But one thing's for sure, if a person is liked in general, the chances of that person being given another chance if they make a mistake is significantly higher than another person who makes exactly the same mistake, but that person is disliked in general. People just want to help, support, forgive people that they like. I think it's got a lot to do with how it makes us feel. If we like people, it's because they make us feel happy, they give us ease, someone who's good to work with and supports you. You want to continue working with someone like that because, you know, when they make a mistake, they'll probably, oh, that's my fault, I'm terribly sorry, oh, I'm such an idiot, or something like that, you know, that humbleness. Whereas the people that we don't like tend to be, I don't know, arrogant, consider themselves, you know, almost infallible, don't make any mistakes. And these kind of people can generate quite a toxic environment around themselves. People just don't feel comfortable in that kind of a setting. Again, as I said, I think it's all about the way it makes people feel. Things that make people feel good will make people happy, and they'll associate happiness with that. Things or people that make others feel bad about themselves or the environment they're in, the associations are obvious. I really do think this is worth pondering on. Hope this was beneficial. As always, please let me know what you think in the comments.